Last but definitely not least, the Lightbowgun. Before I say my thoughts about that little teaser video, can't we all just take a brief pause and just let it sink in? Appreciate the small things in life. The cleanliness of this bowgun design, it is really sexy. Watching the trailer and looking at the description of the skills in the Sunbreak website, I was able to see some little Easter eggs, but I'll save that for later. Let's go focus on the obvious things first. Countermines. The forgotten custom mod of Iceborne is sort of making a comeback in Rise. Just to refresh your memory, I dubbed the forgotten custom mod because using this mod in your bowgun builds back in Iceborne is really just a niche and not practical at all. The damage is underwhelming as compared to just dropping your special ammo on the floor. Really sad, but yeah. In Rise, it's making a comeback, and instead of the developers trying to make it deal massive damage, they want to focus on its evasive and countering possibilities. It is now named Wyvern Counter, an urgent retreat that fires a shot with massive recoil, using a wire bug to stop. It's not a powerful attack, but its true value comes when it's used to evade incoming attacks. Here's the cool part. If timed right, you'll retreat with an explosive exit that can even neutralize breath attacks. Breath attacks. We're not new to the whole iframe mechanic, we know how that one works. But the most annoying attacks in Monster Hunter are the ones with lingering hitboxes, and most of these attacks are breath attacks. I don't really know if that's what they meant. Does that mean this makes us safe even if we counter multi-hit attacks? Does that mean in this whole animation that we are firing the shot and moving back with this anime Silkbind, we have iframes? How tight is the timing for Wyvern Counter? I cannot wait to test this one out. Next thing, next two things we will discuss is Marksman and Critical Firepower. I have never ever seen Marksman skill. So if I am to guess what this one does, this might do the opposite of Critical Firepower. It might extend the critical distance instead of narrowing it down, and maybe lessen the recoil? You know, like how a sniper braces his gun, making a shot from very far away. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe. Going back to the footage, I guess it's safe to assume that this guy is firing normal ammo, and as you can see, when he switched to Critical Firepower, the critical distance has been drastically decreased. But there's an obvious jump in damage. That damage rose from 87 per shot to 113. That's a 30% damage increase. Higher than the first close range mod you install in your gun in Monster Hunter World. And it's obvious that the recoil has also increased. Critical Firepower is indeed a special shooting style that further raises damage at the cost of a narrowed critical distance and also an increase in recoil. One thing to note here as well is that it might not have an effect on certain ammo types. Now, calm down before you go and say, oh my, Critical Firepower, OP. DPS of guns do not just come from the power or amount of damage per shot. Your rate of fire also matters. A penalty on recoil means slower firing rate, which begs this question, is this recoil penalty absolute? Is there nothing we can do to negate this? What do I mean? Some gun setups don't really need that much recoil skills, aka absorber. What if, for example, you put 2 absorber decos when you just need 1? Would that mean that in Critical Firepower mode, that recoil penalty would be negated because you are going overboard with the skill? Am I making sense here? I hope we can. Because if not, I'm scared that this would end up being niche, just like the charge shots on the heavy bowgun. Anyway, that's basically it. Excited for the Lightbowgun. Imagine skill swap evade with Wyvern Counter. You'll be jumping around like MC Hammer in Kamura with infinite iframes. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.